there. Everyone talks about Team Canada. Everyone talks about Team USA. And look, that makes sense. They're the loud teams. The big brands. Slate. The ones that fill up the highlight reels every single night. When you think of international hockey, those are the two jerseys that probably pop into your head first. They represent a certain kind of North American dominance, built on speed, skill, and an almost overwhelming offensive firepower. It's a style that wins games, wins fans, and wins gold medals. But every single Olympic cycle, there's another team. But more importantly, a team nobody wants to see on their side of the bracket once the games get tight. I'm not talking about the group stage, when everyone's legs are still fresh and teams are finding their chemistry. I'm talking about the knockout rounds, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, when it's one mistake, one bad bounce, one poorly timed line change that sends you home empty-handed. That's when you have to worry about Sweden. Few pull players aside, away from the cameras and the microphones, and ask them privately which team they dread playing against in a do-or-die game. You'll hear the same thing over and over again. They'll tell you, Sweden just doesn't give you anything. And that's the absolute truth. There's no free ice. There are no soft shifts where you can catch your breath. Holiday. Unlike some teams that thrive on chaos and trading chances, Sweden does the opposite. They don't beat you with a flurry of action. They beat you by erosion. Think of it like water wearing down a stone. That clean breakout pass you usually make from your own end. It's not there. There's always a stick or a body in the way. They force you into making plays you don't normally make. You start chipping the puck out instead of skating it. You start dumping it in from the red line because you can't find a lane. By the second period, you're getting visibly frustrated. You're trying to force plays that aren't there, leading to turnovers and more time spent defending. By the third period, you're gripping the stick so tight it feels like it might snap. You're overthinking everything. And that's exactly when it happens. That's when a player like William Nylander or Lucas Raymond finds a tiny seam, a momentary lapse, and scores a goal that just feels completely unfair. It feels like it comes out of nowhere, but it doesn't. It comes from the pressure they've been building for the entire game. That, right there, is the essence of Swedish hockey. And when you look ahead to the potential 2026 Olympic roster, it perfectly reflects that philosophy. This isn't going to be the flashiest team on paper. It's not the loudest. They know exactly who they are and how they need to play to win. Lord, each player brings a specific element that contributes to this suffocating system. Up front, you have William Nylander, who is the absolute model of efficiency. He doesn't need 10 chances to score. He needs one good one. Then, you have a guy like Lucas Raymond, who brings relentless pressure on the forecheck. He's the engine that disrupts opposing defenses and creates turnovers high in the offensive zone. And what about a player like Leo Carlsson? He's a unique presence. He has this incredible ability to slow the game down to his pace, protecting the puck and controlling the flow of play in the offensive zone. Then, you have your game breaker, a player like Adrian Kemp, who has the speed and the shot to break a game open in a single shift. He provides that burst of pace that can catch a defense off guard. And here's the wild card, the one that could elevate this team from a tough opponent to a true gold medal favorite, Elias Pettersson. This team becomes something else entirely. His vision and playmaking ability could be the final piece that unlocks their full offensive potential. Now, let's move to the blue line, because this is where the Swedish identity is truly forged. You've got Erik Karlsson, the master of control. He can still run a power play and make that perfect first pass to exit the zone with absolute ease. Then, you have Rasmus Dahlin, who brings the drive and the modern two-way game. He can rush the puck, join the attack, and still be defensively responsible. He erases plays simply by being on the ice. There are no panic shifts where the coach is just hoping to survive. Layers, just layers and layers of smart, positionally sound, and highly skilled defensemen. It's a group that doesn't get rattled, a group that executes the system to perfection. And finally, you get to the last line of defense, the goaltending. Whether it's Philip Gustafsson or Jesper Wallstedt, you're getting the same thing. Their positioning is so good that they make difficult saves look routine. They're the kind of goalies that drain the hope out of an opposing team. You feel like you have to be absolutely perfect to score on them. Susie. Sweden doesn't need to outscore you 6-5. They don't want to get into a track meet. They make the game feel heavier. Every shift feels like a battle. Every period wears you down a little more. They constrict the ice, they take away your time and space, and they wait for you to make the mistake. So when the tournament gets to the later stages, when the bracket tightens up and nothing comes easy, when every puck battle feels like life or death, that's when Sweden truly shows up. They thrive in those low-scoring, one-goal games. 2. And by the time you realize you're caught in their web, it's usually already too late. So while everyone else is talking about Canada and the USA, keep an eye on the team in yellow and blue, because they might just be the last ones standing. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more hockey analysis.